Segment tonight, some Hollywood stars have banded together to make a public service announcement supporting illegal aliens in the Arizona controversy. Here now to analyze, Fox News analysts Leslie Marshall in Los Angeles and Dana Perino in D.C. Now, ladies, before we get to that ad, I just want a quick assessment. You heard Rove and Chris Wells. Do you think, Dana, Christine O'Donnell can win in Delaware?
Sure, she can. I think it will be a tough road. It's not going to be easy. And as Carl said, she's going to have to answer a lot of those questions. But could she win? Sure.
Would you campaign for her? I don't know whether you do that or not, but I know you're still a Republican. Would you feel comfortable going in there and campaigning for her?
You know, I've really only done that for a couple people that I knew very well and that were friends and that were part of my home state in Colorado. So I haven't really done a lot of that. I haven't, like Carl, unlike Carl, who has met her, I haven't. One of the things that's interesting to me is that this week people sort of wondered, okay, well, why isn't Carl or other people just getting in line and supporting her? Now, there is some merit to that, but in some ways, because she's a relatively unknown, she has to earn that support, and I look forward to being persuaded.
Well, also, and Rove has a responsibility to Fox News viewers to be honest in his assessment and not to, be a homer. And he's a Republican, but it's not his responsibility to support every Republican
candidate. And he's raised something like $50 million for other Republican Senate candidates.
Rove does what Rove does, but when he's on here, Fox News,
he's honest. Right.
That's his responsibility, not to shill, to be honest. Leslie, does O'Donnell have a chance to win in Delaware?
I'm still shuddering from the fact that I agree with Karl Rove on something. But no, does she have a chance? Anything's possible. I don't think she'll win. And I don't think she'll win because although she presents a great platform for values and morals, that's not what the American people, Tea Party or otherwise, are concerned about. They're concerned about the economies and the economy and lies coming out of Washington. And unfortunately, she cannot and has not addressed those issues in her own background.
I know, but look, Leslie, if it's all about the economy, you got Coons who's going to continue spending, and you got O'Donnell who's going to do the conservative line of lower taxes. So I don't know. Okay, let's just leave that race open for now. It will be a fascinating deal. Now, I want to run this spot by these Hollywood stars supporting the illegal aliens and the controversy in Arizona. Go.
From women's suffrage to civil rights
to ending wars,
young people altered our country's course.
They organized, marched, registered,
and voted. United,
they initiated change.
They left their legacy. Over 22 states
are considering laws
that would condone racial profiling
under the guise of immigration reform,
eroding our rights,
attacking our values.
Take history's lesson.
Today,
we need a united voice
to demand solutions
to our country's toughest problems:
energy,
jobs,
immigration,
education,
and national security.
All right, what do you think, Dana?
A couple of things. I applaud them for reaching out to young people and young Hispanics. Everybody should be doing that, every faction, including the GOP. I think that some of those big celebrities, will get some attention and some people will pay attention. But I had a very interesting conversation this week with the Republican nominee for governor in New Mexico, which is a border state. Her name is Susana Martinez. She would be the first Hispanic woman to be governor of any of our states. And what she told me is that what people really care about in her state, even though the registration is 3-to-1 Democrat to Republican, are the issues. And so you hear at the end of that ad, they start talking about all the issues, but those issues have nothing to do with the Arizona bill. But if you start talking about those issues,
this is a big issue, and it's going to get bigger in October because I think President Obama is going to put the immigration reform on the table before the election to try to get that mobilized. This is a big issue, and that ad, Dana, is absolutely sympathetic to the illegal alien rather than the state of Arizona, which is trying to control that problem.
Well, what I think is that when you dig down a little bit deeper, people that are Hispanics who have come here legally don't want illegal immigration either. They're worried about civil rights for their fellow Hispanics,
All right.
but they're not for illegals.
What do you think, Leslie?
I didn't hear them supporting illegal immigrants. I think that this is a community.
Leslie, let me give you the line. The line was that they want to pass laws that would institute racial profiling under the guise of immigration reform. Come on, Leslie, you didn't hear that? That's the big line.
I heard that, but I don't consider that an attack. I don't consider that supporting illegals. I hear that the Hispanic community reaching out and saying, look, we feel victimized by these laws in Arizona and other states that are looking at these as the fastest growing minority in the United States.
How could they be victimized when it's been tabled till the judicial thing gets through? Who's victimized by it?
Because the Hispanic community feels, the Latino community feels, especially in the state of Arizona, targeted by what they feel is legislation that would unlawfully and unjustly racially profile American citizens.
All right, but that's all theory anyway. But this is an ad sympathetic to the illegal alien because the law, Leslie, is designed to curtail that.
I don't agree that the Arizona law curtails racial profiling.
Okay. No, not racial profiling. It curtails illegal immigration. It makes it harder for them to move around.
But the problem is who they target and how they target to get to that place. Right now, you know, we have laws federally on the books that need to be enforced.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I do want to say, Bill, though, you think that Obama will bring it up in October. I think if he does, it will be seen as such a cynical political ploy that it will actually hurt him more in the November elections.
Are you actually saying there's cynicism in national politics, Dana? On this program, are you making that outrageous?
Are you shocked?
I don't know what.
Yes,
I lost control of the show.
Harry Reid, Senator Reid did it this week.
Believe me when I tell you that will be introduced in October. It's not going to be voted on, but it'll be discussed. Plenty more ahead.